Hello and welcome to my channel. Here I review new movies and television shows and release a new video every day of the week. Today I want to talk about the film Last Sentinel. It's a drama set in the year 2063 that follows a crew of 4 soldiers defending a superweapon on a floating platform in the middle of the ocean. Written by Malachi Smith and directed by Tanel Toom, the story begins by fleshing out the world of 2063. Climate change has caused the ocean levels to rise, and as they did, the world's superpowers went to war over resources. The water continued to swallow the land masses and the people continued to fight until there were only 2 continents left. With the war still raging between them, one nation built a floating platform in the middle of the ocean called a Sentinel. Sitting between the 2 continents, this floating fortress houses a superweapon on it that could wipe out any invading force. While establishing the backstory, the film introduces us to its 4 main characters: Sergeant Hendricks, Corporal Cassidy, Private Baines, and Private Sullivan. The 4 of them live on the Sentinel and keep a constant vigil for the enemy. Things are falling apart, and the relief was supposed to come 3 months ago. When a random ship appears on the horizon, alarms are raised, and the barely functioning train is sent flying off the rails. The story is long and slow. It gives you the information in a slow drip format that makes for a great sense of mystery at first, but after dragging on for about an hour and a half, it gets tedious. The last 30 minutes is when the ball finally gets rolling. The film suddenly gives you all the information you need to solve the mystery all at once, and then it ends with a weak resolution. There are several threads left loose, and we are left with an unclear future. There are some holes in the story, there isn't much going on, and the ending is a letdown. The characters are only explained well enough to keep the mystery alive, but we never get a full picture of who they are or their motivations. There are several times when the leads act out of character to keep the mystery alive, and the things they left unexplained were critical to the plot. The cast does an incredible job of keeping things interesting despite the story. Sullivan and Cassidy get the most screen time, with Baines following closely behind. Private Sullivan, played by Lucien Laviscount, is a bit anti-establishment, caring, but cautious. His perspective is the primary viewpoint of the film, and through his eyes we see the mystery unfold. We see Sullivan try to connect with the others, and Laviscount does a good job of showing a gentle but firm side to him. He also gets to make a big speech or two and react to a lot of tough situations. Kate Bosworth plays Corporal Cassidy. She's the silent second in command that follows orders and plays the middle ground. Bosworth does a lot of subtle emotional work throughout the film, and toward the end gets to open up and show a more emotional side. Martin McCann plays Private Baines, the Sentinel's engineer. He's a drinker who freely tells everyone what's on his mind. McCann gets to show off an impressive range of emotions throughout the film. He does a great job of playing the crew's wild card and keeping the mystery alive. Thomas Kretschmann plays Sergeant Hendricks. He's a silent and authoritative figure on board the platform and a stickler for the rules. He doesn't get as much time as the others and doesn't get to do much more than exposition dialogue. Visually, the film looks great at first, but ends up being kind of repetitive. It starts by setting up this really cool setting: a platform in the middle of the ocean that's falling apart, getting rocked by giant waves and disastrous storms. And it has this doomsday-looking device on it. We get to look around and see all the different areas of the platform, and they even went to the effort of making the spaces feel lived in. Then, all they do there is talk. Conversations are done with basic back and forth style editing, and aside from the emotion and the mystery, there isn't much going on. After the first rainstorm, they don't do anything major with the space or use it as anything more than an aesthetic. There's only one other location in the film, and after a while, you start to get bored with the platform. Sound-wise, the film makes effective use of background instrumentals to color the scenery with a lot of dramatic flair. Tension tracks help turn every tense moment up 10 notches. Soft, gentle melodies help ease that tension during moments of relief, and the music never overpowers the rest of the film. Unfortunately, the tracks are generic sounding, quiet, and easily forgettable, even if they work well in the moment. Overall, Last Sentinel starts with a lot of promise, but fails to deliver on any of it. It creates a future dystopia, populates it with interesting characters played by good actors, and then drags out a sloppily written mystery. It's filled with holes, it isn't exciting, and the ending is a serious letdown. The music and visuals are decent, but they fail to stand out and be exceptional in any way. The film also isn't trying anything new. 4 out of 10. And remember, those are just my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Bye-bye!